So I think we need to stop with the whole dogs can't digest starch thing, and that, oh, they come from wolves, so we have to feed them like a wolf. Why are we okay with accepting the very well-known fact that a dog has domesticated from the wolf in terms of behavior to better coincide with humans, but yet we can't accept the fact that their digestive system did the same? And now, I'm not just spewing bullshit. Again, if you're gonna put something out there, you need to have the facts. There's an amazing article written by a professor from the Uppsala University in Sweden about diets of canids resulting in domestication and evolving right along with humans. Basically, the entire thing is that in order for wolves to slowly become domesticated dogs, behaviorally they had to change and become more reliant on humans. But at the same time, they also, as we did, had to develop a diet that was more readily available to digest starches, because living in close proximity to humans, there was a lot of starches that were given to these dogs that were slowly domesticated, just as our systems themselves were changing. And in this study, studying the digestive tract from a pure wolf, no wolf hybrid, no wolf dog, just pure wolf, as compared to domesticated dogs, I found something very interesting that is a stark contrast from one another in terms of physiology and digestive abilities of each canid. One of the most interesting and stark contrasts between a wolf and a domestic canid's digestive tract was the presence of the protein amylase, which digests starches and is responsible for digesting starches, complex starches, just starch in general, carbs, blah, blah, blah. In wolves, it was found that there were only 2 genes for amylase, again, protein that digests starch. And that was 1 on each chromosome. Male or female, there was 1 on each chromosome. So, if need be, they can digest some starches. And in the wild, we'll see wolves, chewing on roots, eating roots, foraging a bit for berries and what have you. In dogs, the genetic markers for the protein amylase was between 4 and 30 genetic markers. That means a dog is far more capable to digesting starches than a wolf is. And as a matter of fact, it is an evolutionary benefit that dogs went through in domestication with humans, because when living in close proximity to humans, they had to adapt, again, their behavior to coincide with a human and evolve a digestive system that benefited and could properly digest and get the nutrients it needed from the diets that humans were having, which eventually started to include a lot of starch. There was even a study in humans done for the genetic marker for amylase between Europeans, Japanese, and Americans who eat very heavily starch-filled diets as compared to those over in Africa who, don't really have a lot of starchy foods. It's mainly your protein. Those of us humans who have a very starchy diet, like Americans, blah, 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 we have way more genetic markers for amylase to be able to digest starch than those who have a low starch diet. And that's exactly why domestic dogs are able to digest starch, because they evolved along humans who ate and slowly evolved a very starchy diet, and therefore the dogs that were domesticating alongside us also had to develop a digestive system, intestines efficient in digesting starchy foods. Yes, do dogs benefit from partial raw? Yeah, as a matter of fact, tonight Via, she got half a raw chicken, a pound of raw ground bison, appropriate offal. We didn't have any bone on hand this time, so she didn't get any bone, which is a part of it. And then along with it, she got her kibble, and I know there's this big, don't feed kibble and raw, I've never had a problem, what have you. But to say a dog cannot digest starches, like corn or wheat or this or that, is totally false. A dog's digestive system, as their behavior, evolved to coincide with humans. That's how domestication worked in them. Now, I'm not saying a dog shouldn't be eating a diet that's got a good amount of protein, not at all. But a dog can digest starches. Their digestive system is far different and far more evolved from their wild cousins. Just because a dog evolved from a wolf does not mean we should be feeding or treating that dog like a wolf. We didn't want that, hence domestication. And for those who want to read the article themselves, it's science.org, and then it's what's the name of the article? Diet-shaped dog domestication. I'll write it right here on the thing. You can have your preferences for dog food. That's fine. It's totally fine. But do not spread false information when studies of domestication show that you're wrong.